Hi. Hey, soul family out there. It's me. I wanted to try to share a little bit about what's been going on with me on the real. This last few months has been, for me, and I know for a lot of others, a really heavy and kind of dark time. I know that on social media sometimes you don't see that. It's hard to know what's really going on with a person. And for me, and for so many in community where I live, it's been a really hard time. In my life, it's been like a huge death portal. And by that I mean it's been the end point of really the community, specifically at my house, where there was water damage at the house. A lot of fixing is now happening, but the way everything happened, I really did not manage it well. And it's been a huge, deep medicine in community to learn from. And so many relationships are falling away. That a lot of people felt really upset about the way things happen, and when there's the loss of home, it cuts so deep. I really am saddened by how the way that the bathroom got torn apart in a room downstairs. It really caused people to feel like it was their time to leave, and I fully understand that it happened really abruptly, and I knew it was going to happen. Something was going to happen for months, but a lot of people were really hurt by how I handled that, and my heart really goes out to them, even if I know I didn't mean anything bad by it, no ill intentions, just stewarding land is a huge responsibility, and it's not for everybody, and I'm learning that it's not for me. So I'm actually going to share a video I recorded when this first really started emerging like a month ago. I'll probably post that after this, but I haven't really been open about that with all of you, and I really know it's important to be vulnerable here, because this is one of the ways that we have to really relate during this time. And so I hope this makes me a better leader, and everyone involved a better leader, because we're all leaders here, like every single person that I lived with. And my house is now going through a whole massive shift, and it's going to be rebirthed into something new that I will not be running. And I'm really calling in that person or people to turn it into something new after this. But I'm ready to be free of it and to relate with the world in a way that feels really in a role that is resonant with where my skill is, my natural proclivity is. And keeping land, managing a house, the maintenance of a house is not my forte. There are other things that I know are my forte, and I really want to show up for those things and pivot my life to just be in tune with my gifts, and to really take ownership where I fall short. And I'm still working on that, and there's still a lot of pain in my community right now toward me. I feel I've reclused. I haven't come out much to dance, to events. I just feel a sense of kind of this eyes that were once warm with love feeling closed down. I'm really feeling hurt by some of my deepest connections that I thought would be more compassionate in this time, and have not been. And I also understand that they're hurt for good reason. So without naming anyone, and just I'm experiencing what it's like to be the one that is the focus of a lot of people's disappointment, the one that has caused the hurt by, remodeling the house, and meaning that people decided to leave, and anyway, I've been navigating a lot, and I'm sure they are too. A lot of people are too. I know that I have not shown up well with correspondence with people. A lot of people have been confused by my lack of correspondence, when they're, confused as to, like, does this relationship mean something to Derek, to Lionijah, if I reached out to him and he hasn't responded. I want to, like, just really address that too and say, I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. And I will emerge from this cocoon slowly. Right now I'm just kind of like in that inward self-hug, and it's really filtered my life down to only just a narrow few relationships that have really, like, stuck through this in a way that felt like loving. And I know part of leadership is to really be able to take the criticism, even when it's sent with a lot of jagged, energetic daggers attached to it, and try to filter out the parts that are really just good medicine for me, and leave behind the parts that feel like, malicious in a way, but really take responsibility. I know that through responsibility is the greatest outcome and self-evolution, so I'm going to do my best to do that. And it's funny, like, Aliko and I, my dear brother Aliko here in Seattle, like, we talked about, like, we've both gone through these moments of just, like, really falling short in our community's eyes, and I think a lot of us have, that have, like, gone out on a limb to do something that was beyond us. When you bite off more than you can chew because you just see that someone needs to do it. Even though I'm not meant to own a house, I happen to be the one that did, and to provide a space for community. I just didn't have the resources or means to, like, truly manage it well, and now I'm experiencing all of the repercussions of that on relationships. And it's teaching me a lot. Thank you for all of those of you holding so much compassion toward me, and even for those who are not. I know that we've shared so many loving moments, and those are all real to me. They aren't fake. They're deeply appreciated. I'm here on the ferry, so they're making announcements, but felt like it's just high time for me to say this, and just, it's Christmas Day, whatever that is, this season of darkness where I've just, like, really decided not to say what's real, and at least online, it's been kind of closed off. And I know it feels like a lot of the community here is, like, talking negatively about me. I hear about it from lots of people, lots of angles, and I kind of just, like, collapsed within that, because there's a people pleaser in me. I'm, like, trying to please people so much, and when it feels like people don't like me, it's hard. I really feel it psychically, and it's hard. So I have a lot of compassion for those who have felt ostracized in a moment where they maybe made some missteps, or they did the best they could, but it just wasn't enough for people, and for that they feel ostracized. And maybe even for me, how much of that ostracization was real? How much of it is, like, just me leaning into my wound of abandonment and, like, alienation? As a kid that grew up very alienated, very, weird homeschooler with tons of acne, scared to, just, like, pretty, just inside of the story of alienation. So I see a lot of those wounds coming back up to haunt me right now, and to be faced and alchemized. So I'm going to do my best to move through this, and I just want to thank everyone that's reached out with a willing hand to help me. And some of those hands I have not even, like, I've been so in this cocoon that I haven't reached back to you. I love you so much. I've read every message multiple times that people have sent. Just know that it meant the world to me. It means the world to me, even if you didn't hear back from me, and that was confusing, and I'm sorry. I'm so grateful for you. I love you, and I want to show up better in the new year. And so I'm ready to start emerging from this whole chapter, having learned a lot. So that's an apology, and I love you. And thanks for being my community, both on and offline. Anyway, I feel like it's right to, following this post, I'll kind of go back through time and share some things that were happening that I just didn't publish. I felt too vulnerable or something to publish it, and that's not normally my way. But I'm ready to melt through that ice. So thank you for watching this if you have, and just I love you. And I just got this sweet bandana from Sarah's aunties, and I just remembered I'm still wearing. Yeah, feels cool. I feel like the Karate Kid. But anyway, I just love you all so much. Happy holidays. I want to say Merry Christmas, but obviously fuck the whole colonial mindset or the distorted version of that, but just as an invitation to send love to the people I love, which are so many. I do resonate with that part of this holiday, even though it's the heaviest time of the year for me almost every year. I don't know why, it just is. There's also so much love in my heart, and it feels good to go into the bitter places, the sad places, the ugly places too, because those are real, and those are a part of where the greatest healing happens. And I know that, even though at moments it really sucks. I hope you're doing well. I really want to hug every single one of you. I want to, and I don't know if I'm available for it yet, but I'll get there. So if you see me out in community and I'm kind of quiet and not myself, I'm not. I haven't been, and I just want to explain a bit about why that is, and that I'll be just gathering strength and clarity here. Blessings.